from rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam, how the black leadership exploits black Americans. They're using them, and blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663. I noticed after a while that when these guys overcome their anger, they have amazing ideas about starting a business, but because they've been told that if you don't get a loan from the bank, or if you don't have a 5-year plan, or if you don't do this, and it's just simply not true, it's the first step. With faith, then all things are possible. So, but the most important thing is to return to the Father. That yearning that you have, that emptiness, that void, is not for more stuff. It's not for more friends. It is a return to the Father, because there's no way you can return to God and be angry at your earthly father. So thank you all so much, right? People around the world donated to Bond at rebuildingtheman.com, or they call 800-411-2663, and we're still committed to pointing the right way for men and women to return to the Father.
I just want to say thank you for everything that you do. You've absolutely changed my life for the positive, and I just want to thank you. I was 29-year-old beta, living at home with my mom, and just was living in fear and in doubt, and I couldn't hold down a job. And then I found you, and I started listening, and I started just being more at peace. And I forgave my mom, and I forgave my father. And it's like right after that, everything just changed in my life, and I was able to get a good job, and I moved out, and I live on my own now, and everything has just changed. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for spreading that message. It really is a positive message.
Amazing. That's good, man. I want people to know God loves us in ways that there are no words to express, because you have nothing to compare it to, right? Stay with the silent prayer. You haven't seen anything yet. It gets better. Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home. That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room,
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border, and then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on America's soil. So he became the anchor baby. You don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I'm the American Anchor Baby. This is my show. Thanks for tuning in on this fine Monday. What a fine Monday to be. Explosive Monday. To be back. What can I say? The American Anchor Baby. We're going to get into the stuff today. We got stuff to get into. We got a bit of a show to get into. You know, Iran, okay? We got to talk about Iran. Look, I got some other stuff, and I feel like maybe I should put that aside just for at least a bit. Just at least for a bit. It seems out of place, especially with all the events that have happened. So we're going to talk about it a little bit here. Welcome. We like this Anchor Baby. How you doing, Cameron? Thank you, Francisco. Welcoming all my viewers here. How you doing? Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. And, of course, my people here on YouTube. How you doing? How's everybody? Okay. Look, you're here. You're showing decorum, even though, look, it's like they could be bombs, there could be war. You got to have decorum. Okay, go be a soldier or something. It's like you're here in the living room asking for the aux cord in your socks. And it's like nobody else took off their shoes. Like, what are you doing? And you're like, it's wartime. I don't have to show decorum. That's crazy. Okay, but anyways, we see you. Click the like button. Don't be rude. That's what decorum means. That's how you show decorum. I appreciate you being here. Okay, if you got something on your mind, something you want to talk about, okay, there's a number, 888-775-3773. Something on your mind, something you want to speak on and all that. Something you want to say. Okay. Ox and socks. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like they're like white socks too, and they're all like black on the bottom. And it's like, bro, like, read the room. But anyways, a pleasure to see you here. It's a fine Monday, maybe. So for some others. What do you guys think? Iran. I don't have a take for you. That's not going to stop me from talking about it at length. I got all sorts of thoughts. Okay. That's not going to stop me from, speaking on it at length a bit. I mean, look, what's going on, okay? Maybe we'll get to this other stuff. Whatever I had for you here. I feel like a whole bunch of you are going to look at me a different way once we get to it, if we get to it. But it's okay. If we get to it. Not the thoughts they're saying, but look, that's what I got here about Iran. I didn't know much about the world and war. Not even 5-10 years ago. Trump coming on the scene and all that. Okay. I was just a doughy-eyed little anchor baby. With a very one-dimensional view of how the world works. Now, it's probably not that much different. Maybe a little bit better. But one thing I do see is like people's reactions, right? I see reactions a whole bunch. And one of the top questions is war with Iran. It's not supposed to happen. We don't want war, regime war in Iran. And I'm laughing a bit because it's okay. Don't take this. People are going to take this real like, what is this guy even saying? Why don't I want war? Why don't I want? Remind me. That's why my lines are open. 888-775-3773. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Why don't I want regime war in Iran? Regime change in Iran? Why don't I want that? I want to hear you react. I want to make the case maybe because I see like the knee-jerk reaction to no new wars. And it reminds me of a little bit of my like doughy-eyed, one-dimensional view of the world. This just like a general knowing that any serious leader is personally not gonna leave that off the table. Just starting there from that basis, like even the most peaceful like person, if you wanted to be competent, realistic leader of America, etc., it definitely can't be off the table, right? And now I'm just speaking about war, I guess, in general, right? No new wars. So I see quick reactions, and I can't go with it, okay? I can't go with it. I got to be like that little krill in that, what's that movie? I keep seeing this footage going around. This little krill amongst the swarm of krill, and he decides to swim the other way. Okay. Look, whatever. I just see everybody's like knee-jerk reaction, right? So I can't go with it. That being said, you're familiar with some of the news. Look, to talk about, what is it? Is it in the thousands of strikes to Iran? And talk about an extended presence over there. There's talk about 5 weeks. Talking about getting rid of the leadership and all that. And the people, talking about how the people in Iran, they'll be liberated. You're going to be liberated. You're going to take back your country. So, yeah, it sure sounds like a regime change, right? But where was I? So that's kind of what's going on. And as it stands, they're saying 5 weeks. Trump's saying 5 weeks, give or take. And he wants this to be like Maduro and all that. And on that, for whatever anybody can and will say, as it stands with that, I mean, it's another wait and see moment, right? Like, oh, here we are, regime war change. What's bad about it is it's going to be extended. It's going to be way more than a month. It's going to be a huge burden on the American taxpayer, more dead. And I understand those things, right? I can understand those things. Those don't sound good. As it stands, for those just, you can kick and scream, that's cope. I don't have a personal opinion about it. I didn't say I didn't say war was not going to happen. I didn't say anything like that. But for those who are like, what do you mean wait and see? Will it be protracted? Will it be an extended conflict and all those things? Trump's kind of a different guy. Maduro, that was like very different. That was the third option. It's like, what are they going to do? Is it just going to be like diplomacy? Or are they going in, it's going to be war in Venezuela, refugees, oh, there was a third option. So, that's just the news. You can get mad at that, but that's the news. 5 weeks, I'm waiting and seeing. Now, he what else said? I mean, what can I say? I mean, I'm just going off the top. Really don't have to take, I just have like thoughts about this. I want to like get into some of this, like there's all sorts of coverage on it. Maybe we could do that together a little bit. Before we switch gears, maybe. But yeah, so I was thinking about that knee-jerk reaction. Now, there's a lot of like knee-jerk reactions and wrong thinking and just like people that don't exactly know what they're saying. That's not to say there is no conversation there, right? I mean, Trump makes the case. He makes this case of liberating those people, how they're the historic enemy, and a number of things. If you saw him address, his actions in Iran, and you could draw some parallels, I think, to essentially. This is just my view of it. You got to understand, like, I'm just giving you how, like, my view with what I can see. Yeah, it seems like he was saying a lot of the things that they've been saying for what seems like 20, 30 years of foreign policy in that region. And the argument is like, well, are the motivations of what's happening in that region is not totally the U.S.'s alone. That it's pushed by Israel, for example. And when you see it with that time frame of 20, 30 years, sure, there's a lot of people who don't know what they're saying, but is that to say, is that to say that Israel, that anybody who brings that up, they're saying Jews control all of American policy in this huge way? It's like a more believable time frame, no? Am I an anti-Semite? The why. So you just think I was thinking about. I was thinking about that too, about 20, 30 years of foreign policy and how it's been, how do I put this? Now someone could call me, tell me where I'm wrong, but it seems like war, like a strike on Iran, has been talked about for a long time. Like Democrats, Republicans, Hillary Clinton. Where's that video have? She's like, if I'm president, I would strike Iran. More on that in a second. It's just more on that in a moment. Just as the thinking here comes together here. Some of the whys, some of the like the why are we fighting Iran and all that? Well, there's a bunch of there's like the global problem and the view of America. They're an enemy of America. They want nuclear weapons. Europe sees it the same way. And that they can't have those. There's also like I don't have to agree with it or speak this way, but this is the reasoning given by America. Like, why do we care? It's also human rights, right? It's a human rights thing. And they just don't treat people well over there. And it's just bad for global stability. And you got a number of whys, a number of reasons and motivations. You know, when they share this video around of this Israel ambassador talking about the Holocaust and Purim as to why we got to fight Iran and all that. I mean, am I tripping? Am I an anti-Semite? I'm like, that doesn't seem like our justification, right? And when people bring that up, why is that? Why can't that be part of the conversation? You know, it seems like a fair question. Would Iran fight or even create a nuke if not for Israel? And the U.S. and Israel, I guess, being like the idea goes is essentially Iran would not build one. They only have one as a hedge against regime change, against being attacked by the West and Israel. If they have a nuke, they'll leave them alone. Just leave me alone, okay? I'm just building a nuke. Leave me alone. I don't know. Like, I don't really necessarily buy that. And that kind of stuff always goes back to the Nakba arguments. That kind of stuff always goes back to why Israel shouldn't even be there. And it's like, grow up. Get with, like, it's there. Like, that's like crying over spilled milk. You're trying to undo. That's genocide, right? Like, that's like, let's go with our story of history. And if you do, that means they're gone, right? Like, that's crazy. So I don't know about all that. Like, I never get with all that. But this Iran war, like, whatever, like, in the works for a long time, like, that kind of like that really, it helps to make it clear in my mind as to kind of like why some of things are happening, okay, in my mind. Like Hillary Clinton, right? They're sharing this video around how she would strike Iran if she was president.
The Iranians to know that if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. Whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program in the next 10 years, during which they might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them. The Iranians to know that if I'm
on that, if you're following a bit here, I mean, why does this help me in understanding like the world and stuff? Because you hear, for example, I've even brought it up a little bit. Israel's influence and them pushing this war is part of the conversation. Well, some say, well, it's just totally like a Israeli capture or something. Is this Jewish capture of our foreign policy or America or whatever? And it's like, I mean, my lines are always open. We could talk about it, but look, this is why this video helps me understand things, because I just don't buy it. You're telling me Democrat, all these presidents, they've been talking about all these years that the Jews influence all that? I mean, you're welcome to tell me how, but I just don't buy it necessarily. And I think it's just, to be honest, I just think it's more of like a confluence of motivations and people navigating it. The dirty world of politics, where we voted for this guy that we trust to navigate all that. And I've always had this sort of opinion, and that, how do I put this? Like, maybe not every deal is like the most amazing deal. Like, yes, he's Trump the deal maker. That's not like a total hate or criticism on him. Even it's just like the best deal he could get with the state that America's in, the state the world is in, the capture of this deep state, whatever. You know, I've always held this opinion that some of the things that I may not understand or like, it's like, it's the word may be compromise. The word may be, you know, it's like, and by that I mean working with people and doing things you may not want to do. Maybe not every, you know, he's done a lot of amazing deals, but maybe not every deal is like amazing and he can't even make it happen because of just how things are, evil things are. I don't know. And there are certain, what's it called? strategic policy decisions that have been made, you know, partly for us, partly for others. I mean, that's just my general opinion. I mean, I know now I feel like I'm talking about nothing. So I want to move on from that, but that's really my general opinion. That really is my general opinion. I think it's a number of motivations, okay? And they're working together in concert at times. They align sometimes. They go away sometimes. And I get it. He's like, he came in. He's like, he was being not cheeky. I mean, he was being back in 2016. He was like about war and about Iraq and all that, and how we should have never gone in and all that. Like, all I'm saying with that is that either he's like navigating it how he can, or there's been a change, or there's actually been a real change in the executive, and it's like Hegseth and Trump, and we're gonna make the world safe, and we're gonna make it work somehow. Look, so just random thoughts I had, but one thing there too. One thing was this desire to do this war with Iran that's come from like many directions. You've seen Hillary Clinton and all that. You know, I don't know if it's as one-dimensional as some say, like the Jews are running all that, but also the Jews want certain things in the region. Am I an anti-Semite for like wondering who wants what? But anyways, so that's going on, huh? Look, this is all over the the news aggregates. Hold on, it's all over, everywhere. Okay, and I wanted to kind of click around, check out some of this coverage before we move on here, as it's major news. And whatever you guys think about it, what you guys have information on. But yeah, you understand. You must understand. This is the big news. Okay. Where was it? There was something interesting here. It's all changing really fast. So there was one article. It's all changing really fast. Where was it? Oh, it was New York Times, I think. New York. I can't really see that over there, so let me double up my screen so you can see. Bear with me, as they say. Yeah, what do you guys think? What do y'all think? Nick, let me help you out. Did you know the U.S. recently declined to approve over $400 million in military aid to Taiwan, reportedly due to ongoing? What's your point? What's your point? You know, if you knew nothing, maybe you'd say no new wars. Don't do nothing. Don't do anything at all. If you know maybe a little bit. It might be pretty important. It might look like war or something, but so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just looking at my chat really quick before we do something else here, because there's some pretty interesting coverage. I can't even say some of what you guys are saying. What are you saying? Call me and make sense, please. And make some sense, please. Nick, play what Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say. What's no, I'm already like scoffing. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, let's see. Because it's the coverage, it's the big news, okay? People, send me what you got. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think this is it. On Trump. Ah, okay. Let's see.
I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for. And I gave him my loyalty for free. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating
Where
8 men
is
in
she?
a primary.
Just why? Where is she even that she could come out and like let's do a response? The law, ladies, flank me from behind, quickly. We need to respond to Trump. I love the man who turned on me. By the way, why did Trump? Sorry, hold on. I'm about to play it. I'm just trying to figure out where this was. Like, quickly, ladies, let's go. A press conference, quick.
Beating 8 men in a primary. And
beating 8 men in a primary. I almost missed that. She's getting feminist on us. All right, I'll let it play.
I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary.
Wow, whatever.
And I've never owed him anything.
Shame on the Republicans.
But I fought for him for the policies and for America first. And he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me.
Sorry.
And I want to tell you that this only became possible today because the American...
What was that thing again? What's she even talking about? I forget. Discharge petition. Marjorie Taylor Greene was referring to her refusal to withdraw her signature from a discharge petition in the U.S. House of Representatives. The petition was a procedural tool to force a floor vote on legislation requiring the Department of Justice to fully release all government files related to Epstein's investigation case. Oh, yeah. That's why Trump called... I remember that. Traitor. Marjorie Traitor Greene. I remember why you're a traitor now. Right? Because she came out super Trump. Like, I'm a MAGA lady. I got the red hat. Anything, Mr. President. And it was the quickest to go with halfway, like, what? To team up with Massey and team up with these people to do what? To say what? Investigate Trump. So join Bill Clinton and join the Democrats and say, hey, what's going on? If there's smoke, there's fire, Mr. Trump. Investigate. I remember that. And she's got like a little bit of history with kind of being politically craven, I think, in my opinion. But anyways, yeah, discharge. But that's what the discharge petition was. And so she's standing with women. Look, she turned feminist over it. That's crazy. And so this is nothing then. Why? I'm watching this because you guys told me to, but this is nothing. You know, now that we've watched, okay, I let it play. I'll let the rest play. But this is nothing. So let's go out and do a press conference to say nothing, that I'm doing nothing, that I'm saying nothing, repeating things that have already been said. This is a waste of time.
Traitor
you guys want to watch this? Fine.
Is an American.
They're like, shut up, Nick. Let it play. Okay.
That serves.
You want to watch Marjorie Taylor Greene? I mean, I guess I'll let it play. I mean, she's like
foreign countries.
And she's just saying the same. Okay,
themselves.
Fine.
A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me. And I want to tell you that this only became possible today because the American people whom we serve as representatives here in Congress demanded that this vote happen, and they put more pressure on every single elected politician in this city than has ever been put on them. And today you are going to see probably a unanimous vote in the House to release the Epstein files, but the real fight will happen after that.
Wait, what? Is this old? Wait, what is this? MTG on Trump, March. No, this is recent. Do you see a little smirk? It's like, guys, we're going to do it. A vote on
Epstein files.
Look at that smirk.
But the real fight will happen after.
She's very pleased with herself. As it stands, the Epstein stuff has been like the biggest, worst covered stuff, most lied about event so far. So what you get? What did you? You know, I'm not right. I have no strong opinion about it. Like, no, hey, don't release the files. I'm against that bill or something. Like, no. That bill they put out or whatever. The law. But then it's like, okay, stuff's coming out. It's like Thomas Massey with the Democrat holding hands. Standing on real strong, heavily implying people are done criminal things with no evidence. But you got the names redacted. Yo, hey, you really stuck it to them, those people that are hiding stuff. And now bring the Clinton, and then the Republicans bringing in the Clintons. What in my opinion, a farce. I think, unless I'm getting that wrong, I mean, it's all a show. What a farce with this Epstein stuff. Because now it's like, why are the Republicans bringing in the Clintons? I was saying this Friday. Over stuff, nothing new. All this old stuff that we're already been questioned about. If you're going to do that, then you are justifying bringing in Trump. You are justifying questioning and deposing Trump and all that. What a show, I think. But anyways, MTG, she really had nothing to say about Iran. But, yeah, I don't know. Give me something. You got something? Trump says he's not going to get bored. What is this? Trump says he won't get bored, reports CNN. Hold on. How to use your website. I'm a boomer.
We're already substantially ahead of our time projections, but whatever the time is, it's okay. Whatever it takes, we will always, and we have right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it. Whatever somebody said today, they said, oh, well, if the president wants to do it really quickly. After that, he'll get bored. I don't get bored. There's nothing boring about this. Do you agree with that, Pete? I don't think there's anything, Mr. General. I think there's nothing boring about it. Somebody actually said from the media, I think he'll get bored after about a week or two. No, we don't get bored. I never get bored. If I got bored, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I guarantee you that.
So he's serious, Iran. You better surrender. Just lay down your weapons.
I just got off.
Just give up. What are y'all saying? Is that her natural hair color? Okay, y'all are just... Okay, all right, okay. Zero politics, zero sophistication, okay? Just her jawline and her hair and her build. Really? Snake pit, really? We don't peddle in such... We don't... Okay. Yeah, we do sometimes. What a mess. Have some decorum, huh? Have some decorum. You guys, some of you guys are like, he said Jews, he's named them. Like, what did I say that's unclear? Please, you guys gotta call me, because I don't know what you're thinking. 888-775-3773. Ayatollah said female prison... Oh, I'm not reading that. Never mind. So what else? Oh, yeah, he's dead. If you didn't know. The Ayatollah? That's the thing, he's dead. Last few things here. I think here on this coverage that was going on. Let me pull it up. Look, it's the news. It's the big thing going on. Trump warns about larger strikes as war spirals in the Middle East. Hold on. We got footage here. Have we got some footage? Hold on. How can they justify this? Iranian deputy foreign minister on U.S.-Israel strikes.
Of Iran, Majid Takhravanchi, Deputy Minister, thank you for being with us. President Trump has suggested that he is open to negotiations with Iran at this point. What room for negotiations do you see?
Good morning, John. As you are aware, we have been under the United States and Israeli aggression for the last couple of days. And they have committed a big crime in the midst of negotiations while we were in Geneva just 2 days before the attack against Iran. We were having serious negotiations with our counterparts through the mediation of Omani foreign minister.
It's a crime. That's interesting. He's like, it's a criminal. We were negotiating. Hey, man, what's up with that? You know, I know a little bit about that, actually. Yeah, they were negotiating, but like it was like going nowhere. It was going nowhere. And they were playing around. The Iranians, they're like, hey, what do you guys want from us? No more enrichment of uranium and no more facilities, I think. Centrifuges, maybe. I forget if they had to do something about the missiles, too. Iran's like, nope, we're not doing that. And the U.S. is like, all right, then we're going to war. And they're like, no, we're negotiating. We're negotiating. No, nothing's changed. The strikes group's coming. I mean, you watching the news, the carriers are on their way. We're negotiating. We're negotiating. Okay, we're going to give up this much uranium, and we won't enrich until this date. Turns out that's like already, that they have no choice but to do that because of the earlier strike by Trump admin, the B-52, the strike against their facilities. I forget where. So it was kind of like, you got to do that anyways. That's not really you're not really giving us anything. So nothing's changed. We're going to war. We're negotiating. We're negotiating. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, we didn't expect that. We didn't expect that. Hey, this is criminal. I mean, that's just my take. I don't know.
Everybody was satisfied at the end of the meeting. And in fact, we were supposed to send our technical teams to Vienna today. And then at the end of this week, we agreed to meet again. So all of a sudden, after the end of the meeting, just on Saturday, we faced a naked aggression being committed by the United States and Israel. How can they justify this? While their delegates were satisfied with the
Hillary Clinton was gonna. I'm just like, I mean, maybe some of you are like at my level. You're like, yeah, this is an interesting thing. I'm learning with you, but I'm just learning, right? Hillary Clinton was basically saying, yeah, we're gonna strike you no matter what you got going on. If you're this far or this far, this whole like we're negotiating, it's criminal. It seems like people have been past that. Elements of the U.S. government and beyond have been far past that for decades. And it's like, nice, yeah, let's go. We'll do it if we'll do it if you say like let's talk, then we'll do it. But talking is meaningless unless, right, things change. Deals are made or whatever. So yeah, on that, they're just. I think this is just fog of war stuff. Like, hey, they're unjustified in their attack. Like, I wouldn't follow that stuff. That's propaganda, Iranian propaganda.
The Constitution speaks for itself. We have a president. We have head of judiciary. We have the head of parliament. The supreme leader was assassinated. Was martyred.
But I guess again, I don't have a take for you. I'm just giving you my thoughts as they come. Now it's like this does bring up the conversation, which is about negotiations and diplomacy. Now the big criticism is that Israel, because of there may be aligning interests, but the idea is that Iran is a far more immediate enemy to Israel. I mean, just think of the geography. They're next to each other as opposed to how far they are from us. I don't know if that's really a convincing argument for me, because there's other reasons than just like Iran being an enemy to Israel and them being close. They're an enemy in other ways, and the nuclear thing and other things, and the Strait of Hormuz and the Suez Canal and trade. And so, it's not convincing for me personally, but it's a conversation that comes up, and it's quickly stamped down. It's like, what are you, an anti-Semite? And this is merely about like politics and foreign policy. It's not about Judaism and like, You know what I mean? Like, and the Jewish diaspora, it's just like this country named Israel. They have this, they have interests, and the U.S. and the evidence I have for this, for me personally, without just like what I hear here and there, is that, for example, the U.S. What was it? It was that the U.S. It was clear on my mind a moment ago, but essentially that the U.S. They've put effort into diplomacy that has been made difficult by strikes from Israel, which I believe Trump even commented on. He said that they don't know what in the hell they're doing, and something like that, right? I think it was some planted story back a while ago, and about some comments Trump made about they don't know what they're doing. They're going to ruin everything. And so, which is right. That's a story about how it's like against a U.S. interest, right? So, anyways, you know that stuff comes up. It's like it gets real spicy. Like, what are you talking about, Jews? You know. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think there's more reason. There's a confluence of interests, right? It's not just. This is my opinion. It's not just like Israel. They may want what they want. But there's other things going on, okay? Like, anyways, tell me where I'm wrong. 888-775-3773. What else about this? Look, there was, I think, one more in the New York Times. Iran.
Be coming out of our country. I mean, I grew up in a dictatorship. And I don't even remember ever witnessing anything like that. To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into...
Wait, is this old? Is this old? You know how it is on X these days. If it's emotionally capturing, then it's news. It happened yesterday. It's like 5 years ago. Yeah, this is from a year ago. I thought so. Is that enough on Iran? Hey, thanks for the support. I might have missed these. Thank you, Terry, Bertie Mount Bryant, Carver. I missed all that. So, anyways, he talks funny. Just seeing what you guys have to say really quick here. Okay, anyways. See what that's not an opinion to listen to. We have two world leaders with dubious backgrounds leading the world to war. Benjamin Netanyahu facing multiple charges, including bribery, fraud. You'd probably say Trump is a convicted whatever. What's up, Nugget Man? Nick, you good? You sound disorganized. Like I said, I don't have a take on Iran. We're just kind of like taking in the news together. Some off the top thoughts. Okay, this just guy's got to be okay. But I'm at least giving you an honest, whatever, as honest as I can here. Because I had some other stuff, but I mean, I didn't even want to get into it. Considering the big news, it seemed out of place. It seemed out of place how we were going to do the show, but and it is interesting to me too. And there was some pretty good coverage. One last thing I wanted to show you guys, I think, if I could find it. These articles are moving fast. Oh, yeah, I think it was this one. How Trump decided to go to war. And then we'll move on. We could talk about something else. You could call me about anything. Let's see if we can get in there. Let me in. This is not always the most reliable way to get into this website. Yeah, I can't get into it. Sorry, let's just move on. Archive.is. Trying to make my way into the New York Times. Sorry, New York Times, okay? You guys have high security. All right, moving on. Let's move on. Because I had something totally different. Totally different that might make you lose all confidence, or what's the word? All credibility. I'm staking my credibility on this. Somewhat. Okay. And let me see. I'm staking my credibility on this.
Hello.
Okay. This is just merely my opinion. Okay. Moving the wheels, switching gears here. This is just my opinion. This is just purely my opinion, my own personal conspiracy. I'm not a doctor. I'm not making any, this is just my opinion. I'm not making any real claims. I don't think anyone I mentioned, I don't think is necessarily, I even like them. I don't think they're necessarily just lying. I don't think the people I'm even going to bring up are lying, so to speak. They may be stretching the truth, in my opinion, to some degree. But this is just my opinion, okay? And you might think this is not very important, Nick. You're going to stand on this hill and lose all your credibility over this? Be seen as a pariah, a freak over this? Yes. Yes, I am. And I'm sure you'll forgive me, but you'll understand if you see me that way. You might have seen this thing. Okay, I'm bringing it back up. That N-word Tourette's moment, okay? You may have seen this. You may have seen this. Where is it? I'm sure you saw it. I'm sure you saw it. We made a video out of it. It was funny. That guy with Tourette said the N-word. You should have seen these actors' face. I think you guys keep talking about this guy in the comments. Is the movie really good or something? Is the movie like really good or something? I don't know. Look. Did you see the guy's face when he said that word? Okay, you saw the moment.
Vital part of movie making.
Oh, that's not censored. I think that was censored. Show me. I haven't seen it. So they're presenting an award. These two actors. I think they're both actors. They're at the BAFTA the British Academy Film Awards. Okay, it's like the British Oscars. The guy is in the audience. He yells out the N-word, but it's because he didn't mean it, though. He can't help it. His name is John Davidson, and he has Tourette's. I think it's John Davidson. He can't help it. Okay? That's the guy. And he yelled it out. Okay, he said it. People were not happy. I think some actor, Jamie Foxx or somebody is just like, that doesn't excuse it. It's wrong. People are going after Jamie Foxx like, the guy has Tourette's, okay? You got to make they have black people, they care about the N-word. It's like, they lose it over there. I'm like, I don't know, they got to have a point. Why are you losing over a word? But Jamie Foxx, I don't know, maybe Jamie Foxx would disavow me too. He might even disavow me too with this. Okay, but this is just merely my opinion. This is my opinion. That guy, so he says it. They're saying he's Tourette's. He didn't mean it. Apparently, he got up and left when he did that. He realized, even though it was a medical thing. Like he can't help it. Even though that's so. He got up and left, I heard. You know, just thought it'd be the proper thing to do. Here's the thing. I'm not a doctor. Fine. I'm not a doctor. I don't have but I did look into it a bit previously, well before this John Davidson guy, because there was an individual who caught my attention some time ago. Another person who just has Tourette's. She says she has Tourette's. She's, over the years, made a career online being a Twitch streamer, gamer type person. You may have seen her, Sweet Anita. You may know her. I think I've even played maybe clips of her before. Okay? You may know her.
These Switch games.
This is why I know so much about Tourette's.
Yeah, I'd love to try.
And maybe I don't know anything about Tourette's. Maybe I'm a quack, okay? I'm a freak with no credit. What's the word I'm looking for? No credibility. No credibility. What's the word for not having credibility? Devoid of credibility. Okay, fine. But yeah, this is why I know about Tourette's a little bit, because I was looking at Sweet Anita. I gotta say,
specific.
In my opinion, I don't totally believe that all of her tics are just uncontrollable and just complete, like she just has no control over it.
Oh,
Now she does funny voices and funny sounds,
I throw them over my shoulder for
but she's also particularly she's always like perfectly vulgar for a gamer audience. I don't know how perfect the Tourette's is. I don't know how the Tourette's could be so perfect like that, but maybe it's merely an association thing. I can be a little bit not so ignorant. Maybe it's merely association, and it's not like the Tourette's is thinking for itself, but she's just associated with gamers, the gamer culture, boys, guys. And so she says she's always talking about sex and her breasts and what she would do with them and others and stuff like that. It's just, right? It seems a little perfect, but hey, maybe it's just association. Look, who's to say, right? But I remember thinking about this back then, and I had seen a film back then. I didn't know that I was watching John Davidson's previous film. Now, this film that came out, I swear, that was getting it nominated or something at the BAFTA Awards. That's why that John Davidson guy was over there, and he said the N-word. This movie just came out. Okay? I swear. And how do I show this? Should I show this to you first? Sure, I guess it doesn't matter the order. Just to feel the difference in vibe, I guess, with this film that just came out and the one that I had seen, because I was being a little nosy person, having my eyes on other people instead of my own, looking at Sweet Anita like, yeah, I don't know, I think she's faking it. Okay? And I ended up watching a nice amount of his earlier film. More on that in a moment. So this is the one that came out. This is just the trailer, obviously.
Morning, John. Late again.
It was terrible.
By the way, if swearing, Bambinos, cover your ears and all that.
John, I need to take you shopping after football. I'm starting big school in 2 weeks.
Ladies?
Yes,
John!
John!
I dream of a lady in body.
John?
A tale that she...
Get lost! Look at him!
Fucking rabbits!
John!
Oh, John, stop it!
Right, can't help it!
I can't help it! Gosh, this is
I'm
scary.
going to get you better. Next to no time.
Johnny
so emotional and scary.
It's called Tourette syndrome. Say things that I shouldn't.
What can you do? Do you want to come in for something to eat, John? Oh, fuck off, you wanker.
Well, it's nice to meet you too.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
If you
I swear I can't help
here
it.
that you can't help, you never apologise.
Tommy, this is John.
come to have a chat about the vacant position.
Right, I'll give you a rundown of the place. Give me a cock in my hand.
Oh, come on, man. I'm sorry, folks. It's a movie. It's a medical condition, okay?
Oh, I am good at tea.
We don't have to really worry so much because it's like a medical condition, right? So, you know I didn't mean it.
For milk. Are you okay with the tics and the swearing?
What tics? What swearing?
We need to get you out, man.
I can see he's off the medication.
He's dancing. He's having fun. Oh, no.
I'm so sorry, pal.
I can't have a good life. But there's hope.
Hey, I don't think Tourette's is the problem. People not knowing about Tourette's is the problem.
There's a person inside there. Beyond the Tourette's. Okay, I know I'm being very annoying. I know. But look, you saw the trailer there. That's the one that came out. Now, when I was being a little nosy person, putting my eyes on someone else, on Sweet Anita, calling her a faker. And by faker, I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm going to be clearer on that in a moment. I had seen his earlier film. I had seen this documentary style, this basically it's a documentary on him and others, but him, Johnny Davidson. I think this one's also called I Swear. This is just a little clip of it. And I guess I'll just show it to you. Because look, I guess I haven't even said it. I think this verbal Tourette's thing is, in my opinion, a stretch, a bit of a fake, okay? And this, just watch this with me. This is the earlier one. This is the earlier John Davidson BBC documentary on him, right? And it's got a totally different vibe. I don't know. Just watch this. Here's John Davidson. He's at some meeting with other people with Tourette's. And they're, right, like Tourette's Anonymous or something.
I raped somebody's mum.
Oh, wait, no, it's not this one. Hold on. Yeah, this swear, by the way, bunch of swearing. Okay, very vulgar things. They have Tourette's. You got to understand. So check this out. This is the earlier one.
I'm trying my best to hold it.
Wait, is this The Office? Is this Kitchen Nightmares? Like, that's a sick person, right? That's a person. That person has. Well, it's okay. They can make jokes, right? You're allowed to make jokes. Doesn't make it fake.
I'm trying my best to hold it in. Shagging. Fuck off.
Sorry.
Work is a 10-minute walk away from his home.
Hey! Fuck off. When we're together, we feel some kind of harmony. You know, there's a connection somewhere. Filthy fogs.
That's just perfect.
John's Tourette
comedic
weekend
timing. Whoever edited that is just like, right?
Gets underway with a relax.
These are sick people, though, right? But okay, fine. Just because they made light of it doesn't make it all a big joke, right?
Session.
Picture in your mind a beautiful green field.
I'm up to my knees in fucking cow part.
Is there a way?
It's like, what a funny disease. But that was also perfect. But whatever, that was his disease,
Weekend.
Right?
A beautiful green...
Picture a beautiful... And then he says the most funny, perfect thing that's not beautiful and crap, like... Why did the Tourette's pick that? That was just too funny, but hey.
Field.
I'm up to my knees in fucking cow part.
Is there a wind? And when you're ready, if you get up from the recliner...
Johnny Davidson!
Okay, that was just a little taste, right? So, Johnny's now at another group like this. Take this one in.
I'm Heather from Citizens Advice Bureau in Galashiels. That actually helped at all.
Fuck off, nosy.
Absolutely. And we sound as advisors.
Who was that lady talking to? That guy has Tourette's. She's asking personal questions. She's some counselor, blah, blah, blah. Did he just say what was in his mind, or was that his Tourette's? And further, who was she talking to? Was she responding to the Tourette's? Everybody seemed to agree, though. Yeah, it's a little nosy. That's pretty funny. Moving on. It sounded like maybe that's just what he wanted to say. Again, this is my opinion. I know I'm a quack. You guys, right? Fine. I'm a freak. But who was she responding to? Again, please help me understand this. Who was she talking to there when he said, F off, nosy?
It's like we're asking really nosy questions.
It's so funny having Tourette's.
Pubes ginger. I'm just going through the list. Don't shoot the messenger.
That was just a joke. I think that was just a joke. Now he's just making jokes.
He dyes his pubes ginger.
The next one is propriety of behaving with other.
I'm sick. I literally can't help myself saying this. I literally cannot help it. Someone help me. I love having Tourette's.
People. This person would be expected to tolerate the behaviour.
Fuck off!
Quite. That's not a very good word.
I literally can't help it. This is terrifying. I cannot help what I'm saying. This is so funny. Tourette's.
Burden for it.
Funny how the Tourette's isn't making him say, making him look into her eyes and be like, I'm going to kill you and rape you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny how the Tourette's isn't having him, you know, like really, really freak the room out. Right? It's just, the Tourette's is totally, it's just right in the room. It's just, right? It's a total comedian. It's getting laughs. It's experimenting. Funny how the Tourette's never scares the, you know, like, you're scaring the women, right? Like you're like, wow, like we're not laughing anymore, or we're laughing uncomfortably. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's just my opinion.
There is somebody who's actually
your dogs get tats
in the law.
Now he's just commenting on her looks. Come on.
And thought it through at last. And I'll leave that with you so that you can have a look at it.
You're very helpful.
Then there's more on. Did you mean it or not?
You're very helpful. Did you mean it?
That's the dealing with it. So I'll leave. That's how the points work now, and they are better than the old points. Everyone on incapacity.
But it's okay. You don't have to agree with me. I'm the freak. That's okay. You can let me just be the freak.
Benefit is going to be moved on.
You've got Tourette's by proxy now.
Dude, take that in.
You've got Tourette's by proxy now.
You've got Tourette's by proxy.
15 points for speech can't be understood by strangers. Absolutely. You get 9 points for strangers have great difficulty understanding speech.
Pakistanis and Iraqis.
Take this one in. Take this one in.
For strangers.
He says Pakistanis and Iraqis. Take it. You got to pay attention to this one.
Absolutely. You get 9 points for strangers have great difficulty understanding speech.
Pakistanis and Iraqis.
You get.
LOL. She's talking about people who don't understand English, right? LOL. Pakistanis and Iraqis. Yeah, that's just my Tourette's, though. But come on, guys. You know, we're all English here. You know, that was my Tourette's, but you know, who doesn't speak English, right? Right. That's just association, right? That doesn't necessarily have to be like faking Tourette's. Like someone said doesn't speak English. You think Iraqis, Pakistanis, you blurt it out. That could have been the Tourette's. But you're following so far. He's like, Pakistanis and Iraqis, take this in.
I get stabby with knives.
Yeah.
I get stabby with knives.
Speech.
I get stabby with knives, he says.
With knives.
Call it association. Everybody knows this about wherever they are, maybe. The UK, England, London. I don't know, Scotland, I think they are. Everybody knows this about Europe. Those Pakistanis and those people coming in are quite stabby. But yet, the Tourette's had them say everything but, like, be really racist or something, you know? Just like loosely associated. Just like loosely associated. But everything, but be racist. Hold on. We can't do that. Hold on. I have Tourette's, but I'm not a racist, ma'am.
Yeah, in the kitchen. Somebody's walking past.
It's a really difficult call, though, because it's arguable that benefits-wise, you should be getting the maximum benefits because at any given moment you might need a minder. But you might not...
Arthur Daly!
Quite right. But
it's a job site.
Dude, he's just making jokes. Okay, then we're almost done. And then he does this like heartfelt moment. This bald guy. Heartfelt moment to the camera. Watch this.
You could look beyond the Tourette's and...
I just want people to look beyond the Tourette's.
If he could meet somebody who could look beyond the Tourette's and symptoms, that he would be able to find somebody that he could kind of get on with and settle down with.
Another gay man.
Bro, that was like perfect comedic timing. It's like, okay, now heartfelt moment. Okay, tell us. And what is it? How are you left feeling out of all this? I just want people to see beyond the Tourette's. Like, and you know, people, okay, fine. You're like, Nick, you're such a quack. Obviously you have Tourette's. That's why he did that. You call it perfect comedic timing or whatever. But he did that because of his Tourette's. But I literally seen these guys stop themselves. I've literally seen these guys stop themselves. Why couldn't he stop themselves there? You know how, like, you might get an itch or something sort of involuntary, but you, like, pinch yourself. You know, you could do something. You could do something, even when you yawn. Or, like, you know how you yawn, but you kind of, you stop yourself. Maybe you're embarrassed, you're in church or something. You know what I mean? You know, where's his Tourette? Where's his Tourette's here?
The man himself.
Yeah, the man, the legend, the mouse. It was a pleasure to work with Rob, and when we actually got to see the first the edited cut of the film, I was blown away. I did not imagine anybody could pretend to have Tourette's as an actor and how good he did it. It was fantastic. And
why say it like that? I just didn't know anybody could pretend to have Tourette. You mean act as you? But anyways, look, fine. I'm a quack. I get it. Last thing. It gets a little tricky because you actually look up John Davidson, and there was an even earlier documentary called John's Not Mad, 1988. This is where it gets a little tricky.
Sometimes seem connected.
John's not mad. He's 15 years old. 15 years old, diagnosed with Tourette's. That doesn't sound like a nice thing to have. And the friendships he lost and the bullying he talks about, that doesn't sound like a nice thing and something you would want to have happen to you, right? If you could help it. This is where it gets a little tricky, right? He's 15 years old here. I want you to see this real quick. Where is it? John Davidson.
Jerks are clearly involuntary. So while these tics and head jerks are clearly involuntary and random, John's swear words sometimes seem connected in mysterious ways to the world around him.
Fuck shit.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye.
He is both aware of the words and of what they mean, and perhaps more important, what they mean to others.
Sometimes I think that I say them because I know they're disgusting and I know that somebody's going to get angry about it or turn the back about it. And that when I think of that, it just makes me worse. That's exactly what my mum thinks as well.
Are you taking this in?
The noises as well. I know it's going to annoy somebody, so I just can't stop myself from doing it.
You taking this in?
His language is very bad now.
I can't help myself. I just knowing that it's gonna like bother someone, it almost makes me worse. A thrill. Watch this other one. Hold on. Watch this other scene. Let's find it. We're searching.
The houses and bookstores. That's right, yeah. Gosh, they've got it all fitted out now.
Old pigs.
Yeah, old pigs. So, Dolly, hang on.
It feels like, I think, it's hard to explain. It's when I feel I'm going to say it, I try and stop myself, but it just feels as if I have to say it. It's like somebody's forcing it out of me.
Yo, okay. I think that's real. I don't think he's lying here. And, this is just, take it how you want. I'm not a doctor, but I found this somewhat interesting. I found it fascinating. I think what's happening here, this is my opinion. I think what's happening here is that there is, like, have you ever met kid growing up when you were in school? Didn't you know a spaz? Didn't you know a spaz like this kind of? And maybe some of you were like, I kind of know how he feels, maybe even. I was maybe a spaz or halfway spaz. If I had gone down a certain way, been told certain things, maybe I would never have grown out of it or something. Do you anybody out there relate maybe a little bit? Maybe you knew a spaz or something. I think what's happening is there is something maybe even at its rarest, even something somewhat physical, like Ethan Klein, the H3H3 guy. He doesn't like yell out swear words. His face just like scrunches up sometimes funny. And he used to be far less pronounced. And he said, hey, to his viewers one day, like, this is going to get worse, and I'm going to do it more. So I'm just telling you what it is because I can't help it. And I think that, like, to some degree, stuff like that is real, right? Like, we all have nerves. We all have these things that fire off and do. So all these things can happen. I think what's happening is, like, to some degree, whatever John had was real and is or whatever. And he moves a little strange, and it is just a little strange, okay? It's strange enough to be different, strange enough to be maybe even ostracized or whatever. Strange enough to kind of have a bad time with it. And strange enough to one day turn it around, so to speak. It's just my opinion. One day to, like, make a joke out of it. You know what? I do have a weird thing, but you know what? What if I could use it a little? You know what I mean? And it's my opinion that the N-word at the BAFTAs was his magnum opus. That was his pièce de résistance. That was his final piece. Besides the movie, I swear. You know, I think what happens, and then I think what also happens is he's gone out and he's met other people with Tourette's, and I think there's others who are, like, just total fakers, like that bald guy, and it's just like a gray area of people with, like, tics to total fakers to, wow, this is the disease that lets me say whatever I want. What a cool disease to have. You know what I mean? Like, I think the N-word at the BAFTAs was his his magnum opus. That's just my opinion, folks. But I understand if you see me differently. I'm a quack to you. I have no credibility. I understand. Don't judge me too hard. Hopefully we can move on from that. It's funny, there's no opposite of Tourette's where people can't say bad things, even if they try. It's funny how the Tourette's never has them say, like, you know, like, I mean, unless you're John here and it was earlier or something, you saw those people in the Tourette's comedy circle. You know, it was only good, right? Nothing to freak. Nothing. The Tourette's never freaks people out. It's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you right now. I want to eat your skin. I want to taste your blood. Like, you know what I mean? Like what? It's just jokes. It's just like, haha. So, anyways, what else was I saying here? I understand if I have no credit. I hope you don't judge me too much on that, and you can see past that. I hope you don't judge me too much on this one either, because I know some of you guys are really into him, really into this, and I don't dislike him. I've shouted him out even. I've even tried to teach you guys what looksmaxing is. Defended him when the world says what he's talking about is stupid, as if they don't care about the same things he's talking about. This clavicular fella. You may know him. You may have seen his streams. The looksmaxer, right? A lot of people are talking about it. Younger people especially. Okay, look, I understand. No credibility. I'm a freak. I'm a quack. Tourette's, really, Nick? You're going to alienate your audience. That's a medical disease. Okay, what are you? Fine. Maybe I'll alienate you guys with this too. But you know what else is also fake and staged and fake? In my opinion, and totally in my opinion, this video.
Just walking around.
I just want to tell you that you look cute.
Thank you.
Hold on, because some of you guys need to hear this. This is not for everybody, but some people might need this. This is fake.
Just walking around.
I just want to tell you that you look cute.
Thank you.
You want to go do something later?
It depends.
Listen, we got some good stuff lined up. We got a table at the club, so why don't I grab your number and we'll run it up later, all right?
In front of, this is supposed to be like in front of the boyfriend.
Here you go. All right, I'll let you up.
What number was that? Did she even put a number in? What was that?
All right, I'll let you up. Take care.
She pressed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was that 10? I don't think that was 10. Bro, LOL, dude. Looks Maxer Chad is your female nature. You're gonna get mogged. Your woman doesn't love you. Here's what I'm trying to say. Female nature is the woman's nature is true. What I've seen women do in front of their boyfriends, you'd be shocked. You would be black-pilled. You would be black-pilled, actually, in fact. If you saw the things I've seen women do in front of their husbands and boyfriends, you would be black-pilled. You would be black-pilled. But you got to understand, this video, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. Again, another thing that it's like credibility, right? You're really, a medical thing, Nick, you stick your credibility on the Tourette's thing. And now this, what if this is true? Look, fine. I'll be the one to do it, but this video is staged, in my opinion. Okay? And I don't know who needs to hear that, but the way this video made you feel and what it made you think and all those things was on purpose. That's not reality. Okay? This particular video was meant to make you feel a certain way,
Good stuff
and
lined
paint a
up.
certain picture, okay, and make you react a certain way, and watch and hook you in. Here's the I don't know what pill this is: the red pill, the white pill, the black pill. You think clavicular? You think clavicular goes around believing all this stuff as much as you do? Probably to a degree, yeah, female nature, etc., whatever. But do you think he feels about it and thinks about it as much as you do watching that video and being affected by this video? No, he's making the content. He's staging it, in my opinion, in some cases. I bet you a lot of this kick stuff, I don't know if you've seen this kick stuff. Some of it's staged, some of it's not. Hey, is this your first time here? Have you watched any reality TV? It's kind of an old strategy. It's been around. That being said, yeah, this is stage. You think you think he's stuck in that mental prison you're in of how you felt watching this? He's like breaking the matrix a little bit, right? By being above it, making the content and making you feel that. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is fake. This moment here, that's not. This is supposed to be a husband, I think. What do they say? This is supposed to be a husband, and I've seen him do this a number of times, and he's never been attacked once. I don't support that. I'm not telling you to attack people. I'm just saying, it seems just so perfect. Have you been in real life? Have you talked to people? People don't talk like this.
Just walking around.
Have you been
I just want to tell you that you look cute.
Thank you.
You want to go do something later?
It depends.
Line?
Listen, we got some good stuff lined up. We got a table at the club, so why don't I grab your number and...
This is clip. People know what... It has a name. It's called clip farming. Thank you very much. And shout out to the clip farming. Shout out to the hustle. He obviously gets the audience. He obviously talking about things that matter to people. And he's on a run and big time shout out. But for those who are just lost, whoever needs to hear this, this is staged. Who talks like this?
Got a table at the club, so why don't I grab your number and we'll run it up later, all right? Here you go. All right, let you up. Take care.
So shout out Clavicular, no shade. But what can I say? I don't know who needs to hear that. So I've staked my whole credibility there, and I think it's shot, but or whatever. We're just making jokes. Propaganda. Tourette's maxing, ego maxing. We're maxing everything I see. My son had Tourette's once in front of me. That was the last time. That is funny. My son had Tourette's one time. Never again. That's like how immigrants say they don't have allergies. You know, I used to laugh at that, oh, that's like an immigrant. Oh, I'd hear my mom or others When a friend would come over with allergies, I'd be like, "Mom, he can't eat that. He has allergies." She'd be like, ah. She'd go like that, be like scoff at this concept, the very concept. But immigrants don't have allergies, And now this latest literature is coming out about exposure therapy. They're calling it exposure therapy. They're like, I make sure that my littles or whatever, they got weird names for just children, are exposed to certain things so that they don't have, like, for example, a peanut allergy. They're calling it exposure therapy. Maybe this like totally insulated, sanitized world you're trying to put children in is harming them, right? So, yeah. Kale Somogi with a super chat. If a guy takes my girl, congrats to both of them. Right. I want to also say on the credibility, just for fun, but it's kind of true. I was having fun with those two segments, right? Tourette's and clavicular, and telling you it's fake. I'll be like standing on it, even if it's maybe could be not fake. Both could be not fake. Let me say that obviously that's possible, and like, for example, that guy. Imagine that happening in front of you. Maybe you're just done. You're out. But okay, I want to get to Louisiana. Never mind. Louisiana's out of here. Who are you maxing? Let's get to men that try to take other men's girls are playing with fire. This is a good comment because you're young, you're watching Clavicular, you think this is life, you think this is real life. And yes, female nature is crazy. Yes, I've seen women do crazy things in front of their husbands, boyfriends. That would blackpill you. That being said, you should not do what he's doing. That's how you die. That's how you one day get your head blown off, okay? You're like, yeah, I had sex with this married chick and this other guy's girl, bro. It's sick. Anyway, see you, bro. And then you're on your way to your car, and you're wet. You're wet all of a sudden. There's wetness coming out of your face, and you're wondering why, and then it's over. Yeah, don't do that. Not because it's like you can't, but because it's like you're gonna die. Okay, that's how you like get killed. Anyways, how you doing, Andy? I think New England. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Nebraska, actually.
Nebraska. I don't know how to read these abbreviations. I'm an anchor baby. Please forgive me.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. My name's Andy. I'm just asking questions.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
like questions.
So, okay. Question numero uno. Do you think that there's certain situations with like the online space where there's people who will have like a channel or they'll be hosting a show and they think, hey, it's an easy thing to do. Anybody could do this. And so they have a show, but then they shouldn't even necessarily have a show because it's like there's a certain level of likability and charisma that you need to have. And some people who have a show are just like sort of feel like they're going through the motions and they don't even seem interested in the show that they're doing and it's really boring for everybody.
Yeah, sometimes. Anybody in mind?
No, I'm just asking questions, my friend. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah.
Do you think, it's cool. I know you're on Uncle Jesse's network?
Jesse Lee Peterson.
Yeah, I saw it on the microphone. That is big time stuff. He's a big time name in the industry. He's, that's very cool. So question numero do so.
Go ahead.
Do you think that sometimes when somebody's like hosting a show and they're going through these things that have already been covered like a million times by more interesting hosts, that it's not really worthwhile to do that type of thing and to be covering the same thing and saying the exact same thing that a million people have said before with a lot less
Who said that?
charisma? Sorry?
Who's doing that?
Oh, no, I'm just asking questions.
It's a strange question to ask because I don't know who you're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about anybody in particular.
It's like me coming up to you and saying, hey,
any.
It's like me coming up to you, you're eating a sandwich. Hey, do you think people eating sandwiches are pretty crazy? Like, it's like, who are you even talking about?
Oh, I would, at that point, I would say to you, oh, that's.
At that point.
Why did you just do that? Do you think that that's a good thing to do on a show that people will find interesting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I would say to you, if you asked me that question, I would genuinely say to you, that's great. I'm a fan of questions, and I would answer your question. I would say, no, I love sandwiches, and I think they're a regular thing to eat.
Awesome. Thanks, Andy.
No problem, man. You keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Take care. That's so weird. How am I supposed to take that? Just say you don't like it. Just say you don't like it. You know, people say it all the time. Why you gotta play? It makes me act weird because now I gotta like make weird jokes or something. Just say you don't like it. Now I have to accuse you. Here, I'm losing my credibility this whole show. Nobody said that's just your mind, Nick. He didn't say anything about you. It's like, great. Okay, now I have to stake my credibility on that too. Yeah, he's like shaking. He's like, yeah, what do you think about that question, man? It's just questions. It's just questions. Most passive-aggressive caller of all time, says people. Right, beating around the bush. Oh, Lord. He's beating around the bush. No, I'm not saying. I want him to just say it. Like, it's not. It might be fair. It might be fair. But what am I even talking about? What might be fair? The criticisms of me? Nobody said anything about me. What are you, crazy, Nick? It might be fair, but he didn't want to say it. But I like covering the same stories because it's like what I see, and I don't necessarily take the same view of everything that even the other people on this show. You know, I'm like an anchor baby. I'm like a freak anchor baby. I'm like a freak anchor baby with a rootless anchor baby. And yeah, so I like covering those things. You know. And also, tell me you are not convinced Tourette's is fake. At least verbal to the degree that I put it in. Tell me you're not like you're just like, I didn't know that I cared about this, but now I do. And then you're like, whoa, he brought it home with clavicular. So what are you saying, Tejas? Hold on. We'll wait for him to go on. Tex is coming here in a moment. So passive aggressive. I've just reacted to what you guys said. Yeah, so you guys agree. Okay. It wasn't just me, right? Okay. It wasn't just me, right? What are you guys saying? Yeah, most passive aggressive. I'm like, what the? We're going to Texas here in a sec. We're going to Tejas here in a moment. How about it? We got... Oh, hold on. My bad. Let's see here. All the freaks who Jesse would otherwise hang up on instantly call you. I don't know. I think that guy might have liked Jesse, just doesn't like me. But again, I don't know. Be the doormat, says Jim. Jim, get out of my head. I was being a doormat. How do you know I wasn't being a doormat? I'm the best doormat ever. I'm such a doormat. Let's go to David out of Texas. How you doing, David?
Whoa, man. Now that is the kind of response that I don't deserve, but I sure desire.
What?
How are you?
All is well, sir.
I came right through. It's pretty cool.
Amazing.
I was talking to Derek there for a minute. So in response to young Andrew that just called in, it's one of those Lord forgive them for they know not what they do kind of deals. That guy's
well, that caller. Well, it's unclear.
Yeah, Andy. Andy.
Well, nothing to say, right? He didn't really say anything, so nothing to really say. No need to defend anything, sir. But David, man,
no, I know. Oh, I'm not really. So what's your take on what's going on over there? Is it similar to mine in that I have no idea what's going on and I'm not in the skiff?
Well, I don't know. There seems to be multiple interests, and some make sense to me, and some don't.
Yeah.
And that's how, like, as simple as I could put it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I
Yes,
see
sir.
it. There's some that make sense, and
It's
some that
all
don't.
speculation at this point.
Yeah. It's like, well, right, especially on what this is going to mean. I mean, a month is a bit of time to wait. Will it be a long war? What's it going to look like? I don't know. Right. You have to wait. Even the like, most knowledgeable, they know everything that's going on. As it stands right now, I mean, we have to wait and see what this is going to be, right? Besides what it already looks like a regime change war, I guess. 5 weeks is the timeline. Like, imagine for a moment, if 5 weeks passes, he says we're ahead of schedule. Just imagine for a moment. If you're an honest person, you'd have to agree this is possible. Like, 5 weeks happens. I don't know, some Maduro level asymmetrical warfare that leaves the situation different than anyone thought. I mean, hey, so
it could happen.
Basically. I mean, I think on that we just have to see, but it's looking like it's looking like a fight. It's looking like a fight, man. And Trump's like, we're going to liberate Iran. It's a fight. Now, is it going to be long? Is it going to be asymmetrical Maduro new third option? Like, I don't know, but it's looking like a fight. Straight up.
Yeah, it does look like a fight.
By fight, I mean war.
Did you know that they weren't wearing burqas up until like 45 or 50 years ago?
You're talking about when Iran, yeah,
like in Iran, they weren't wearing burqas.
Definitely. Yeah, I've never heard of this.
And did you know that Iran Tehran used to be kind of like the French Riviera of the rich and famous and the elites to go and vacation.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures of women in bathing suits, totally like not in burqas, etc. And that was for studying. That was for serious matters. But look, the thing about that is, are you talking about that? Was that era when the Shah was there?
Yes.
Is that the era that Bill Lockwood talks about, that he considers it a mistake that America, that were originally, I think, allies with the Shah and all that they betrayed him in some way? I'm forgetting how he put it. Is that the same Shah?
Well, they overthrew the Ayatollahs, from what and I'm not nowhere near. I wouldn't even consider myself to be a novice, but from what I understand, it's the Ayatollahs that overthrew and maybe killed the king. I'm not sure, but they definitely took power.
I think only possible through some destabilization that may have been helped by the U.S. And I'm forgetting how Bill Lockwood said, but that may be the Shah you're talking about. We had originally a relationship with this Iran, this, I guess, a freer Iran, at least definitely no burqas, and something went down. So I think something went down. That guy was removed, and I think this power vacuum was eventually filled by the Ayatollah that is now dead.
Evil, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of times what happens when there is a vacuum, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
that's
why they say it's like America's
on personal levels and on with that.
That's why they say, you hear in this conversation the blame put on America, some more than others, but yeah, the part that America has to play in causing it, or like funding it, bringing
having a helping hand.
Yeah, setting up problems for themselves in the future, unforeseen maybe initially.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's it's kind of the same thing, when they say idle hands are the devil's workshop. It's whenever there's a vacuum like that, there's propensity for evil to come in and take over. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's what's his name, Alan from Michigan is probably a more, and Bill Lockwood certainly would be a more learned expert on these things. Maybe I'll do some digging around and see if I can find out what Bill has to say, and maybe
Sweet.
some previous messages or something.
Sweet, man. Hey, I appreciate your call, David. Anything else you want to speak on
I
before we
appreciate
move
you,
the
buddy.
wheels?
Appreciate what you do, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your voice. Appreciate the show.
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Love it. Thank you, David. Appreciate the support. 888-775-3773. Yes. What else? What else? I say 888-775-3773. If something's on your mind. It will be a challenge for the U.S. to justify the purpose of the war, given Iran wasn't posing an immediate threat to the country, said Ullman. Someone is quoting the news. What are you talking about? Harlan Ullman, who advises government and business leaders as chairman of the Kilowan Group, says the Trump administration doesn't appear to know what next steps to take in its joint attack. Ullman told Al Jazeera. Who is this guy? He's just some part of some group who advises government. Al Jazeera is getting the word of some guy named Harlan Ullman who advises government, part of some group. And he's out there saying, he's a big expert, saying Trump doesn't have a justification. We just saw some other guys talk about no justification. Like, bring like a real argument. Like, the stuff that people are saying, like, what is Israel's influence in this? And like, where are our interests and their interests, and where do they align and not align? But crying and saying this was unfair. I just showed you how Clinton, Obama, well, it seems like Clinton, even sweet little Clinton, would have been ready to bomb Iran. I just showed you. Would have been happy to do it no matter where their nuclear program was. I'm sure if you asked her or anybody around her or any other Democrat or Republican who would have agreed with that before or after, that they would say, I don't agree with your lack of credible threat. There's a full-on credible threat. That's what they'll say. How about, that's just like, that's nothing. That's just fog of war propaganda. That's a nothing statement. Who cares about what this Ullman said? That's not a material. I don't think, that's not a good, did you just learn about war yesterday? But anyways, there are no real arguments, only guns and bombs. Did you just learn about war yesterday? Because that's what we already got finished with this. But we saw that guy. He's like, there is no justification. This is criminal. This is criminal. We were in the middle of discussions. That's never stopped anything. And the discussions were clear. But anyways, I'm not like standing on it like I'm a general in the war. Like I know exactly what's going on. But on that topic, it's like, that's not a good reason to stand with like the Iranians and say and call America criminals. If you're paying attention, you should know the score. They're negotiating, quote unquote, but they're saying we're not changing anything, and they're like, okay, well we're gonna have war. Okay, we're not changing. Okay, then war's coming. The strike group is coming. You see it. All right, well we're not changing. Whoa, why'd you strike us in the middle of negotiations, bro? What the heck? That's criminal. Somebody get the international court. Like, get out of here. But anyways, man, Do I really want to play this? I mean, I could run it down the packet. What do you guys talk about? There was this crazy, it was one of those videos, right? Here's a video for you. You love it. You love it. Manja. Footage. Give me footage. People yelling. People. Anytime I bring up footage, you guys become little George Carlins. I love it when people die. You know that guy, comedian? He had a bit. Comedian who had a bit. He had a bit, actually, on how much he loves it when people die. And, like, mass casualties. But he, like, hey, he was able to make it kind of funny. Call it an art. Call it art. But look, speaking of I don't know, mass casualty events or something, it's not even like like a skinhead or some terrorist or something. Whatever first comes to mind, that would be the first one who would want to enact atrocities upon people, you know, human rights abuses, etc. You don't think it's a girl, just a woman, you know, flowers here on her sign. I'm sure just be an activist. This is another activist, actually. It's activist. Maybe it's a devil fighting a devil, but this one is against like mastectomies for children and basically like trans surgeries and so I don't even know I don't even know these people. One is mad at the other. She's like, you know, you support bad things. I'm right, you're wrong. You support bad things. But it was her response. It was the one who was being harassed or protested against that, and her response, her quickness to violence. You know, it leaves even the most wicked of dictators blushing.
It's not hatred. You guys, it's not hatred to tell a child that they can grow up to be healthy and whole. How much money does a surgeon make off giving a girl top surgery? So this is like, you see the trans colors on this person's sign, patients before politics. So you can already gather this is like pro trans surgeries. A girl top surgery. Kaiser Permanente charges only
you can't even hear her, so I'll just say what she's saying. She's saying Kaiser Permanente charges only $100 copay.
And the surgeon makes $25,000. I was approved for a phalloplasty
in 2 appointments over Zoom. That's all it took. But my doctor told me I could have a fake hoo-ha. No, not a hoo-ha, but a fake penis. Okay, that's a medical word. Okay, Tourette's. Okay, calm down. That would allow me to either
have penetrative sex, but not both.
But not both.
Do you think your transgender child might one day have top surgery and a phalloplasty?
Okay, so she's right. She's giving her the business over this transgender surgery stuff.
You know, they make a phalloplasty.
Telling her all the details, sordid stuff. Gross.
Forearm.
It's supposed to be medicine.
It's like a skin sausage. It's a fake.
Okay, skins. We're gonna stop at skin sausage. Okay, and then that was the last straw for her. Skin sausage was the last straw for this person.
Sausage.
Okay.
It's a fake penis. $130,000.
Come here, let me tell you something.
I'm gonna hunt you down and fucking kill you.
Whoa, Barbara!
You can't say that. You can't.
Barbara, I mean,
tell somebody
you were just eating You were just baking muffins like 30 minutes ago for the protest, for the protesters. I don't know what her name is. Maybe it says her name right here. It's like, whoa, California Democrats, somebody get your girl, you know? Kelly, oh my, Kelly, you were just serving banana loaf to everybody. I'm going to hunt you down and effing kill you. I'm the Batman.
$30,000. I'm gonna hunt you down and fucking kill you.
Bro.
Wait, you can't say that. You can't tell somebody you're going to kill them.
That's a threat. That's a threat. Somebody get the cops.
You can't say that to somebody.
Arrest her. Anyways, what's wrong with the ladies? They're so violent, so quick. So quick with human rights abuses. And if you don't believe me,
Friggin' women are so vulgar. Yeah, I'm not helping here either. You know, she's like, so quick to be violent. You don't believe like me? Die. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. You should die. It's like, whoa, I thought that was like for the, men. They're the ones war. It was like, you don't believe like me, man. War is the answer. That's how men are, right? You see somebody different, and it's like other wartime, etc. But I swear it's the ladies. They go to that fast. They go to that fast. Charlie Kirk died. Who was it? It was women. It was videos of women. It was women, folks. Teachers and women. Barbara, Kelly, just like muffins 5 minutes ago, political violence, kill your enemies, kill innocent people, really. Kill innocence. Kill innocence, they say. They clamor for. I just wanted to show you that. So do men, though, just as fast, if not faster. Yeah, just tumble down everything I was saying, actually. It was pretty good. But anyways. That's pretty much it with that. It's not even a war knit. There are no boots on the ground. Well, just wait. That's what I'm saying. You can't say anything. If you could say to those who are like, it's over, it's like protract, it's 20 years of involvement is coming, taxes and craziness and more Americans dead. To those people, I'm like, chill, 5 weeks. They're like, you're coping, you don't know anything. But the same thing goes for you. You're like, it's not a war, it's not a war at all. There's nothing happening. There are no boots on the ground. We barely got started. We barely got started. That's what I mean by wait and see. Like, and would that be so wrong? Someone tell me why I should be against it. Hey, maybe, I'm not saying I'm like totally for it. But remind me again. Why is that? Like, I'm willing to hear it. Like, remind me again. Why we just totally should not have boots on the ground in Iran and regime change? Tell me. I think some of the strange behavior exhibited by women is just so much exhibited by men, and it's downstream of disorderly, unnatural society. But like anger comes through the woman. I don't know if you see it that way. Like anger is coming through the woman. And then the men are going beneath, they're turning the order upside down. They're going under the woman, and they're becoming like her. I don't know if you see it like that. That's particular for me. It's just strange behavior exhibited both by men and women, and I think it's downstream of disorderly, unnatural. That is the disorder. But anyways, you don't have to always take it there, That's where I take it, though. Anyways, how you doing, chat? Last few minutes of the show. We got to go soon. Appreciate the support. All those coffees from someone. Thank you, Gustavo. BuyMeACoffee.com/anchorbaby. I can't read that, and I don't even know why you wrote that. It's endlessly confusing, and I cannot even repeat it. But maybe explain to me why you even wrote that? I know this is confusing to my viewers, but I cannot read that coffee. Anyways, folks. That's insane. That's an insane chat. Moving on. That's insane. Moshiach maxing. Israel is killing it.
Don't worry about that. I'm just talking with my chat. All right. Thank you, Jules. Thank you. Thank you. Peace in the puzzle. Some liberty. Appreciate all the support over there on Rumble. Stretching your legs. And Base Nation. Thank you for that. Incredible. Take care, Jules. Appreciate it. And back at you over there on rumble.com/American Anchor, baby. Cool. All righty. We really are at the end of the show. We did pretty much everything. Iran live news. Trump says war to last 4 to 5 weeks. Israel under fire. Yes. I don't think that's anything new. We were talking about that. Iran live news. Trump says war to last 4 to 5 weeks. Iran watch. Trump tells CNN big wave yet to come Trump warns around about larger strikes as war spirals. That's the latest. A big wave is coming. I mean, whatever. That's just in the news. It's war, so there would be a bunch of stories that may mean nothing. Folks, that's it from me, though. I appreciate you being here with me. We did the super chats, the calls, the topics, and everything. I'll be back for more American Anchor, baby. That's after Country Western Tuesday and the Hake Report. Take care for now. I shall see y'all tomorrow. Definitely on the JLP show and beyond. Take care. Peace.